All right, all right, all right. Good morning, everybody. I'm Dr. Roz, your VP of Communications, and I'm excited. Today is a great day. Yes, because you are here. That's why it's a great day, because we all made it here. Thank you, Lord. All right, but let me tell you something. What else makes it great is this is Wake Up to Akana. And I'm going to get out the way, but I got to tell you something because I looked this up and I wanted to get the good definition. I found a great definition of a visionary. A visionary is someone who has a clear, innovative, and often imaginative idea about what the future could be like. And they also tend to see possibilities and solutions that others might overlook, driving them to pioneer new paths, whether in art, technology, business, or social movements. They are forward thinkers. And let me tell you something, in case you don't know by now, that's what we have here at Akana, a visionary. Melissa Boston, over 15 years in corporate America, fired her boss at 33 years of age. Listen, got into the direct selling industry, became the CEO of a cannabis company for 18 months, took them from 1,000 to $250,000. And then here we are today with Akana. She's a powerhouse. She is a visionary. Melissa, are you out there?
Hey, Dr. Rob, I am out here. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I mean, just what a tremendous introduction. I really got to throw it back to you. I just appreciate you so much for all that you do. And we always say it's amazing how we can look back at even when we first met, really just didn't know each other at all. You enjoyed the business. You would later go on just to do some amazing things, become an emerald with our company now, our VP of Communications, how you introduced this call, and you're so gracious and so humble. I mean, it always blows me away. Just appreciate your leadership, and thank you so much for all that you do. And truly, yes, you and Adrian are family. So thank you, thank you. And to everyone on the line, really want to welcome you this morning. Super excited about sharing the message this morning. First and foremost, if you are brand new to the line, want to welcome you. Many times we do have our brand new distributors that are joining us, and I even hear sometimes we have guests on the line. So welcome, 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 and good morning, good morning, good morning. And I'll lead this call like we always do, sharing the meaning of Akana. Akana means in the hands of God. Our mission, we believe health, wealth, freedom, and legacy are our birthright. By offering the most life-changing products and an innovative business, we empower people to elevate to their full potential. This weekend, we've had a full weekend already. Tracy and I have been here. I know Tracy came in on Saturday as soon as she left work. And she's been here since, guys, hasn't been home, right? We've been spending time in the EE Center and more importantly, working on some big projects, getting caught up with a lot of things that are happening. I know I've been here since Friday, so haven't seen my home since Friday, but super excited because we woke up today and this is a great day. We know that there's a major Democratic National Convention happening just right down the street. In fact, we can see the building, the area right where we're at, because I'm sitting here, in the shipping office, looking out the window at the downtown skyline. And it's going to be such a beautiful day. In fact, we'll be here again tonight. I know they are expecting to just to have extra added security. And so we're going to be here, rooting the DNC on, rooting Kamala on, right here from our office, guys. And so super excited to be here. And again, good morning, good morning. And I would say, this weekend for me has been pretty monumental. And first and foremost, Tracy, shared with me a video. She had actually shared it before, but she knows sometimes, I get super busy, super focused. And she says, listen, I'm going to just play this video for you. And so Tracy played the video. Sometimes there's a message for you, and sometimes you're not even, you're so busy you don't listen to the very message you need. And just a long story short, at the end of the video, I just found myself, bawling, like I was crying. It something just hit my spirit, and I'm going to share with you just some of what I experienced in watching this video, and then a message that I have for each and every one of you, and something exciting that I want to share that we're going to invite you to be a part of, to witness. I know our corporate team has had a chance to witness. Mooney has been here. I know I'll be working with Phyllis in a minute, even today meeting with some other one other of the founders of our company, guys. So it's going to be a pretty epic day. But just to give you a little bit from the video, in the video, David, she mentioned how David had asked the Lord to remind him how brief his time is on earth, okay? Because we know that life is fleeting, okay? Over the last few days too, I had learned that one of our distributors from our other company, Healthy Place, had lost her daughter in a tragic car accident. So as I'm watching and listening to this video, and as the message is being shared, it just hit me in my soul, and she talked about how life is a vapor, okay? It's fleeting, right? We're here today, and sometimes we witness, people gone way too soon. And so she also talked about how this video was a wake-up call. And so my message to each and every one of you is this is a wake-up call, okay? We got to get up and get ready because we all have an assignment, okay? An assignment for our life, and we know that God will give us, the keys to fulfill that assignment. And so you have to ask yourself, sometimes we stop, and she was mentioning, we're all out working, we're all out being busy, but are you really, truly fulfilling the purpose that God has for you, okay? And so I could remember how in 2013, when I was writing the book, Proverbs Diet, in that book, one of the big taglines was, we're creating a wellness plan to help you achieve the purpose God has for your life. And so I knew back then how important it was, how critical it was for you to fulfill your purpose, for me to fulfill my purpose, right? For every human being on this planet to fulfill their God-given purpose. And we were just witnessing so many people die prematurely, and we really felt that book would be an answer. It would be a solution. And in the book talked about how, yes, God will move the heavens and the earth to help you achieve your God-given purpose. And I'm going to kind of now relate that to just some of the things we go through. When I think about this business, I think about the people that actually said yes, right? Who, when I shared the vision, they were the first to see it. And of course, the first person I called was Phyllis, okay? Phyllis said yes. But I'm going to relate this to how sometimes one person says yes, it leads to another yes, which leads to another yes. And before you know it, you have yeses down below, right? We're talking about levels below with people you would have never met ever, unless, guess what? A person, right? Like Phyllis, who was bold enough to say yes, even though we were going into a very controversial industry, okay, where people were literally telling us we were going to go to jail. And so Phyllis said yes back in 2017. And then guess what? We had the whole business here. And when I think about the business here with Wakana and me making that call, okay, and again, Phyllis saying yes to the assignment. But guess what? Beverly Blair and Lav also said yes to Phyllis, okay? And then God gave me another assignment, and that assignment was called Pink Rush, where I had envisioned women getting empowered to go into the space of cannabis. And so we started a company, and we were doing events called Pink Rush. So even though, yes, we were in network marketing, we wanted to do something different so that we could really attract people that might never have paid attention to network marketing. And so we hosted this big event, called the Pink Rush, right, back in 2018. And when we hosted this event, we gave our leaders an option. We told them, you can purchase a table for this event, because we knew we had a budget for this event and we had to ensure the event was a success. And Beverly Blair, being the coachable person she was going to be out of town that week. But she said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to purchase a table. And we had told every person, if you purchase a table, we have an agreement. We had literally in 7 days sold out of that event. I mean, we had over 100,000 impressions on Facebook. We had women reaching out to us from all across the country, okay? And we said, any person who purchases a table, you're going to get leads, okay? And Beverly was like, I'm in. I want to do that. And guess who showed up to Pink Rush, guys? A lady that many of you have heard her name. Her name is Shannon King. Yes, at one point, she was the VP of operations. She's now working with us on the Soul Massage, and she's here as an Emerald distributor, building her team. But Shannon showed up we didn't know Shannon from Adam, okay? Shannon literally just saw the post that I had put on Facebook, and everybody wanted Shannon, right? They were competing for Shannon. They were prospecting Shannon because they knew she was a lead. They knew she came just randomly from this post that no one had invited her. But as we committed, okay, we said, listen, any guest that comes in that room, they are for the team. Everybody kept saying, well, Melissa put the ad out. No, this is for the team, okay? And so we had numbered those applications. And guess what? When the numbers came up, there were people like Dr. Erica Montgomery. You guys have heard of her? She was there too. And guess what? Dr. Erica Montgomery went with Phyllis Nash's team, right? And there were so many other leads like Sherry Gage and so many that came through there that would later join our company, join our team. And Shannon was one of them, okay? And so guess what? Shannon King was given to Beverly Blair. And I want you to just understand the power of obedience, because had we not done the Pink Rush event, just imagine never meeting a Shannon King. And when you learn where that goes deep and how the roots go deep, it's going to really blow you away. But you got to be focused on your God-given assignment, your purpose that God has for your life. And so Shannon would share this with her cousin. Her cousin joined the business, okay? Now, Shannon initially joined our other company, but then she came with us to the new company, Wakana. And so in this new Wakana, she shared this with her cousin, and then her cousin shared this with Eric Strickland. Eric Strickland, who went on to become an Emerald leader in our company, knew someone by the name of Diamond Mooney, who would go on to be diamonds in this company. I just want you to, again, understand how things work, because it was in 2021 that Willie Mooney would introduce us to Dr. Eric Prince, who would then introduce us to the Raw Cleanse. And we then added that to our already existing Flat Belly lifestyle. And then, guys, I mean, if the story could get any better, in 2024, we were introduced to Mo Williams, right, through Willie Mooney. And he'll tell you the story. I know many of you have heard it. You know, I asked Mo what his blood type was, and he did not know. And this is a guy who's played for the NFL, a very powerful guy, you know, played right alongside, you know, Ray Lewis. And if you know how I go back with even Ray Lewis, because we had presented to him and the other company, his team was ready to join. They said it was the best presentation they've ever been presented, but we never did get that insurance, right? So we couldn't finish that. But to have all of this come 360 for us to meet Mo Williams through Willie Mooney, and guess what? I mean, it could get even more exciting because I can tell you about Margaret Dorsey, who came through Willie Mooney. But the point is, one person that says yes to the assignment, right? And then you keep being obedient, and just imagine how things can absolutely go to the next level. And now when you think about where we're at right now, because Mo Williams and Margaret Dorsey have both been very instrumental in how we're developing this whole blood type campaign. And I'm going to tell you this, guys. Many people say, you know, Melissa will listen to different concepts, right? And my brain will start turning it and turning it and turning it, you know, because that's how my mind operates. But what I've learned, and even this video reminded me, that oftentimes you hear ideas. Sometimes your mind will create an idea. But if you don't capture that idea within 30 seconds, it is gone for most people. And if you don't capture it within 7 minutes, it's gone forever, okay? And so when you hear something valuable, when you hear something that you feel like, wow, I don't know if I'm going to use that today, but at some point I feel that's something we can work with, right? You want to write it down. And I'm constantly putting ideas in my phone. And it's amazing how even the subconscious mind will work, because when you pray on it, right? You know, sometimes that idea you thought you lost, because that's happened to me, where something came and I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. But I'm busy, didn't write it down. And for the life of me, cannot remember it. And then all of a sudden, sometimes years later, that idea comes back. So sometimes we're lucky just to get that, right? And so when I think about over these last few years, whether it's someone like Jerome Hughes, who was bold enough to ask me to be the CEO of his company, right? You know, and that's how life can change, and that's how things can go to the next level. And so I will forever be grateful to the late Jerome Hughes. Many of you know he's passed, right? But I'm just so grateful for the connections I've made. When I think about Phyllis, when I think about Kathy and Christian and Dr. Pat, Dr. Rita, Gigi, Bernadine, Terry, Beverly, Willie, Shannon, Tracy, Margaret, Dorsey, Dr. Roz, Crystal Robinson, Tara, Shaka Field, right? Doris Mose. I mean, I can go on and on with many of you, whether you've worked here for our company, right? Whether you're like Dr. Vetty came on board and now she's our wellness concierge director at the Soul Massage, Emerald director, but there's so many of you who've been so instrumental in just me hearing a word, right? Hearing a word and trying to figure out when does it make sense? When is it time to incorporate that? And as Dr. Ross said, yes, we are innovators, right? She mentioned that. And that was crazy. So I was like, man, that's a part of my conversation today. So we're on the same brain wavelength already. But we are innovators, guys. See, we didn't just join cannabis and CBD back in 2017 because everybody was doing it, right? We started because we are called to be pioneers, okay? When the audience crossed their arms and told us we're going to go to jail, okay, guess what? We understood the assignment, right? That we wanted to be there to educate our community that we were dying prematurely because we did not know about the ECS system, one of the most vital systems, if not the most vital system in our entire body. And our first $10 million in sales was, guess what? In cannabis, okay? And so, yes, we are innovators first, and then we duplicate, because duplicating is important. It's critical, right? When I think about the cannabis industry, yes, it was disruptive, but we didn't invent cannabis, right? But it was still amazing. And what we did in it was innovative. So there are things inside of that industry, like the online dispensary concept. We created that. And many other companies have came along and, hey, we now created, our own first micro dispensary. No, that was what we created actually as far as 2017, okay, was the first to do that in the space of network marketing as African-American people. There was one other company, but they didn't have an online dispensary concept. Many of you have heard about them. They had been around doing it the Amway way, right? But we came along saying, no, we're taking cannabis to the internet in a big, big way. And then Flat Belly Lifestyle, right? Amazing, right? We have amazing products. We're going to continue to sell those amazing products, guys. But when I really think about every connection I've made over the past few years, what I really believe and what I understand is our assignment is to be the first to market with a message, right, that the world has not yet received, okay? And so when we think about that message, I want you to be on a call with us today. You have a couple of options. For the leaders, these are the ones who are rubies and above. It's going to be quick. So if you're not on time, you might miss it because I have a very important 1 p.m. meeting today. And so I want our leaders who are rubies and above to join us on the Zoom. You're going to get a quick sneak preview of what we are doing. Okay, so yes, rubies, emeralds, and diamonds, and double diamonds, right? We're going to all be there. And these are essential time zones, okay, central time zones. So if you're Eastern, it's going to be 1 o'clock. If you're in California, well, guess what? For you, it's going to be 10 a.m., okay? And so for those who are not a ruby or above, at 6 p.m. Central tonight, you'll have an opportunity to jump on. And so this is going to be on our $1 Billion Big platform. So we invite you to be on at 6 p.m. on the same Zoom that you get on for the other calls. And so we really don't have to share that. The only difference is at 12 o'clock, guys, if you get on, and if you're not a ruby, we're going to have to put you out of that call, and we will have a waiting room. So just make sure you're mindful that you do get on the right call, because I will say this, many are called, but few are chosen. And we are laying out a 90-day run, guys, a 90-day run that's going to start on September the 1st, okay? And so we're super excited about that. But I will say this too, because I know, many of you, you've witnessed not just the turbulence in society, the turbulence that's happening in the world right now, even in our business, right? I think about the turbulence. I think about sometimes, guess what? Sometimes it seems more problems than solutions, right? And so give you a quick story. When I went to Atlanta, last weekend, there was some turbulence that we were having here in Chicago. And I'm thinking, do I get on this plane, right? Do I go to Atlanta? And Tracy looked at me and said, girl, if you don't get to Atlanta with your husband, she said, you better go. She says, we got this. But I knew something big was happening, and I just knew we had to resolve it, right? And so our manufacturer, who's out by the airport area, they want his building, right? There's actually a big thing going on right now because they're trying to expand this airport. He's been fighting it for months and months and months, but all of a sudden they decided they were going to force him out. I mean, literally caught him up with all kind of fees and fines just for so many miscellaneous things. And so it was just really interesting how that particular weekend, all of a sudden we had 24 hours to get all of our raw material out of the building. Now, here's the thing. We had been going through this turbulence with them that really started about 30 days ago, where we really started to see a major shift in, slowdown of getting, products out, whether it was our flat belly cleanse products, right? It was just a lot going on, right? But all of a sudden to be, in a position where we had 24 hours to get our products to a new facility. And guess what? Here I am supposed to be on an airplane, okay, going to Atlanta to be with my husband, okay, and to support him and what he was doing with his classmates. And so, but again, you can leave things in the capable hands of people. Made a phone call to Kathy. Tracy, I knew was going to hold the business down here. And the bottom line, she made a call to Gerald West. She made many calls, but Gerald West said yes to the assignment, right? And so I'm just grateful. I'm thankful. Jim Rohn said, don't pray it was easier, pray you were better, okay? Because everything comes to an end, even rough seasons, right? We felt the pain and turbulence for almost 3 years, okay? We can go back to our first year in business, right, without a website, doing $1 million in sales with the website just the last few months of the year, okay? We can think about the pandemic where we had record sales in 2020, and in 2021, we beat out that year, the year before, when we had these record sales that was just unheard of for a company that really started with the hope and a prayer, with not any big funding at all, okay? And so even in 2021, we had our first $1 million month. And I want you to think about this, guys. When I talk about turbulence for the last 3 years, when I talk about even 2019, 20, and 21, our greatest, record-breaking years as it relates to revenue and even profits, right? That was a cycle of 3, right? And so now it's been 3 years of turbulence, right? And, what we learn is God sometimes works with you with the number 3. When we think about Jonah, in the belly of the whale for 3 days, right? Jesus was resurrected on the 3rd day, okay? And I'll say that God will make supernatural provision for your vision, okay? And again, this weekend, supernatural provision. Thank you again, Tracy. Can't thank you enough. I mean, we literally are caught up on all of our flat belly products, every single one of them, okay? Every single one of them, okay? Black cards, thank you so much for your patience. Some of you, we have gotten your products out because you needed them for events. Some of you have been patiently waiting. And so for those who bought the new black card, and if you haven't already picked your products up, those are actually shipping out on Wednesday. So again, we're just grateful for that. And we are closing out the season of the black card, right? So we had the early bird special, but we'll let you know the details on that at 12. But it's, that season, now you'll wait for October, because now our production team has to get in assignment for the next phase of what's happening, which means we can't continue to work on the black cards, right? So if you have already purchased it, great. If you are on a payment plan, make sure you get with Kathy or our customer service team so that you can close yours out, so that you can be a part of what we're doing, which is ship out on Wednesday. Anytime we do something, when we do it piecemeal, let's say you're on a payment plan, we like to wait till all the payments are collected and do it all at once, because then that allows us to save and maximize those margins, guys. When we do them one by one, it just puts a financial burden on the whole production, because now we have to work with our printers and manufacturers on a piecemeal basis. So again, if there's a financial hardship, you've not finished yours, just work with the team, let them know what your plan is. And if you have been just sitting on the fence, guys, you better get it done, because again, that season for the early bird for the Christmas in July is coming to an end, because our team has to pivot. We have to shift. We have to get ready for this next season. We have to get ready for this 90-day run, okay? And so super excited. We want you to get on this call, at 12 o'clock. If you are a leader, a Ruby or above, again, for everyone else, 6 p.m. We know that this is Black Business Month, okay? All week long, we're going to do something exciting because, again, we're excited, right? We're focused, right? We're moving and shifting from the Black Card Early Bird to now this next chapter. And so to do that, again, we just have to close that out. And so all week long, we're going to do a different buy 3, get 1 free. But today we're going to do something a little bit disruptive, okay, since we are fully caught up with all of our Flat Belly and just excited about what's going on with that and even the next level for us in manufacturing and what we're going to do on a bigger scale. We're going to do a, not buy 3, but if you want to purchase 2 of our 2 of our 7-day cleanses, right? 2 of the 7-day cleanses today only, okay? You can do it tomorrow. It's got to be 3, but you'll get 1 free. So purchase 2 of those 7-day cleanses today, and the third one will be free. You can do it tomorrow, and it's going to be buy 3, get 1 free. And again, that applies only on the 7-day cleanse. Hope I made that clear, okay? And so again, you'll get more details on Dr. Roz to keep you in the loop with that piece of communication so that everyone is clear and we can get that out to our customers. Also, too, I want to remind everyone that we are going to support our rebound with our phenomenal Dr. Roz. She is so consistent. That's the one thing I love about you, Dr. Roz, consistency, right? We know that you are a 5-star diamond with the level of consistency you display in everything that you do. And so we're going to support at 8:30 p.m. or 8:30 a.m. Central. Get on with Dr. Roz. Doris Mosley, our trichologist, at 2:30 p.m. Central. We can save our strands, work with all the hairstylists and then, of course, tomorrow, you want to jump on our Diamond Factory because you want to learn how to take your business to the tip top. And so with that being said, I want each and every one of you to have an Akana day. We're going to see you at the top, the very top, the tip top. Thank you, everyone.